What if your greatest punishment became humanity's greatest gift? What if being forced to hold up the heavens meant you'd become the first astronomer in history? In ancient Greece, where gods walked among mortals and titans shaped the world, stories weren't just entertainment. They were explanations for the mysteries that surrounded everyday life. The Greeks looked up at the night sky and saw not just points of light, but a vast cosmic dance that demanded understanding. And at the heart of this celestial wonder stands one of mythology's most tragic yet profound figures, Atlas, the titan who gave birth to astronomy through his eternal suffering. Before we dive into Atlas's story, we need to understand the world he inhabited. Ancient Greece was a civilization obsessed with knowledge, order, and the divine. The Greeks believed that everything in the universe had meaning, purpose, and connection. Their mythology wasn't just stories about gods and monsters. It was their way of making sense of natural phenomena, human emotions, and the cosmos itself. Atlas wasn't always the bearer of the heavens. He was once a mighty titan, one of the powerful beings who ruled before Zeus and the Olympian gods took control. The Titans were colossal, primordial forces of nature, each governing different aspects of the world. Atlas was known for his incredible strength and his role as a leader among his kind. But power breeds conflict, and the Titans found themselves at war with the younger generation of gods led by Zeus. This wasn't just any war. This was the Titanomachy, a cosmic battle that would determine who would rule the universe. The earth shook with their footsteps. Mountains crumbled under their blows. The very fabric of reality trembled as these divine beings clashed. Atlas fought fiercely alongside his fellow Titans, leading armies against Zeus's forces. He believed in the old ways, the ancient order that had governed the world since time began. But Zeus was cunning, strategic, and ultimately victorious. One by one, the Titans fell. Some were imprisoned in Tartarus, the deepest pit of the underworld. Others were bound with unbreakable chains. For Atlas, Zeus had a special punishment in mind, something that would serve as both retribution and cosmic necessity. The sky, you see, needed to be held separate from the earth. Without this separation, the world would collapse into primordial chaos. Someone strong enough had to bear this burden for all eternity. Zeus condemned Atlas to stand at the western edge of the earth in what we now call the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, and hold up the entire celestial sphere, not just the sky, but the heavens themselves. Every star, every constellation, every cosmic body would rest upon his shoulders forever. Imagine that moment when Atlas first felt the weight of infinity pressing down upon him. His knees buckled, his spine compressed, but he couldn't fall. He couldn't rest. He couldn't die. He could only endure, holding up the cosmos while the world moved on without him. But here's where Atlas's story becomes truly extraordinary. As he stood there, day after day, night after night, century after century, something remarkable happened. He began to study what he carried. Think about it. Atlas had the most intimate relationship with the heavens of any being in existence. While mortals on Earth could only glimpse the stars from below, Atlas held them in his hands. He felt their weight, their movement, their cosmic dance. He became aware of patterns that no one else could perceive. Night after night, Atlas watched the stars wheel overhead. He noticed how certain stars appeared in specific seasons. He observed how the moon waxed and waned in predictable cycles. He tracked the wandering paths of what the Greeks called planets, the wandering stars we now know as planets. Atlas discovered that the heavens weren't random or chaotic. They followed precise mathematical patterns. He learned to predict eclipses, to track the movements of celestial bodies, to understand the cosmic clockwork that governed time itself. His punishment had transformed him into the universe's first astronomer. The knowledge Atlas gained wasn't just academic. It was profound, spiritual, transformative. He understood how the heavens influenced the earth below. He grasped the connections between celestial movements and earthly seasons. He comprehended the vast scales of cosmic time that made mortal lives seem like brief flickers. This wisdom didn't remain trapped with Atlas forever. According to myth, he eventually passed this knowledge to humanity. Some stories say he taught it to his daughters, the Pleiades, who became stars themselves. Others claim that heroes like Heracles learned celestial secrets during their encounters with the Titan. The Greeks believed that Atlas's forced study of the heavens gave birth to astronomy, astrology, and navigation. Sailors used his knowledge to cross treacherous seas. Farmers used it to time their planting and harvesting. Philosophers used it to contemplate humanity's place in the cosmic order. But Atlas's story resonates on a deeper level than just the origin of astronomy. It's about how suffering can lead to wisdom, how isolation can breed understanding, how punishment can become purpose. Atlas didn't choose to become an astronomer, but his circumstances forced him to develop insights that no freely wandering being could achieve. This theme appears throughout Greek mythology and remains relevant today. Sometimes our greatest limitations become our greatest strengths. Sometimes what feels like a burden reveals itself as a gift. Atlas couldn't escape his fate, but he could transform it into something meaningful. The myth also explores humanity's complex relationship with knowledge. Atlas gained unprecedented understanding of the cosmos, but at an enormous personal cost. He became wise, but remained trapped. This reflects the Greek understanding that knowledge often comes with sacrifice, that wisdom requires dedication and sometimes suffering. In ancient art, Atlas appears in countless sculptures and paintings, usually shown as a powerful figure straining under the weight of a celestial sphere. These images weren't just decorative. They reminded viewers of the price of cosmic knowledge and the strength required to bear universal truths. The influence of Atlas's story extends far beyond ancient Greece. His name graces our maps in the Atlantic Ocean and the Atlas Mountains. We call collections of maps atlases because they help us navigate the world just as Atlas's celestial knowledge helped ancient navigators cross the seas. Modern astronomy owes a debt to this mythological figure. While we no longer believe that a Titan literally holds up the sky, Atlas represents humanity's eternal quest to understand the cosmos. Every astronomer who studies the stars, every space mission that explores the heavens, every person who looks up at the night sky in wonder continues Atlas's work. The story also speaks to our modern understanding of how knowledge develops. Like Atlas, scientists often make their greatest discoveries through patient, careful observation over long periods. The astronomer who maps distant galaxies, the meteorologist who tracks weather patterns, the physicist who studies cosmic radiation, all follow in Atlas's footsteps. Atlas's transformation from rebel titan to cosmic scholar illustrates one of mythology's most powerful themes: redemption through purpose. His punishment became his calling. His burden became his gift to humanity. His isolation became a unique perspective that benefited all. In our contemporary world, where we often feel overwhelmed by circumstances beyond our control, Atlas's story offers both comfort and inspiration. It suggests that even our most difficult challenges can become sources of strength and wisdom if we approach them with patience and determination. The Titan who once fought against the gods became the being who gave humanity the tools to navigate by starlight. The rebel who challenged divine authority became the teacher who showed mortals how to read the cosmic clock. Atlas's story reminds us that sometimes our greatest contributions emerge from our deepest struggles. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember Atlas. Remember the Titan whose eternal punishment became humanity's eternal gift. Remember that somewhere in the realm of myth and meaning, a powerful being still holds up the heavens, still studies the stars, still transforms suffering into wisdom. Atlas gave birth to astronomy not through choice, but through necessity. Not through freedom, but through constraint. His story teaches us that knowledge can emerge from the most unlikely circumstances, and that even the gods' punishments can become humanity's greatest blessings. In the end, Atlas didn't just bear the weight of the heavens. He carried the birth of human understanding of the cosmos itself.